Do you ever meet someone who just doesn't care about their birthday? Or hey, maybe that person is you. Well, we're about to dive into the fascinating psychology behind birthday indifference. And let me tell you, the answer is probably not what you're thinking.
So what's the deal with the shrug on what's supposed to be your big special day? You might think, are they just sad or maybe being a little difficult? The real reason might actually surprise you.
I mean, we're all kind of taught that birthdays are this huge deal, right? Cake, presents, a ton of attention. So when someone just opts out, it can feel a little strange. What is really going on in their head?
Okay, so here's the twist. For many, this has absolutely nothing to do with being unhappy. In fact, it can be a sign of a really well-developed and positive psychological trait, independence. And that, well, that reframes the whole idea, doesn't it?
This brings us to what we can call the independence mindset. It's really built on two key psychological pillars that explain why all the external celebration stuff just isn't a huge priority.
So first up is something psychologists call low social dependency. And this one is huge. It basically means your sense of who you are, what you're worth, it isn't tied to what other people think or say about you. You just don't need a whole chorus of happy birthday to feel valued.
And the second pillar? It's having an internal locus of control. This is that core belief that you are the captain of your own ship. You're the one steering. You control your successes and your failures. So you're not just waiting around for one day on the calendar to bring you happiness. You're out there building it yourself every single day.
So, okay, when you combine these two powerful traits, you get someone who navigates life with this really strong internal compass, instead of always looking for directions from the outside world.
Let's break it down like this. On one side, you've got external validation. That's where your value feels like it's tied to things like parties and how much praise you get. But on the other side, you have internal validation. And here, your self-worth is stable. It's constant. It just comes from within, no matter what day it is.
All right, so what's actually happening on the birthday itself for someone with this mindset? It's not that the day gets ignored. Not at all. It's just used differently. And this is called the self-evaluation shift.
So instead of seeing the day as some kind of performance, where you're the star of the show, the focus just shifts inward. That milestone becomes a quiet, personal moment to reflect, to take stock of the last year, and to think about the year ahead.
Let's just walk through how this works. Step 1, the day arrives. Step 2, that social pressure for a public performance? It's set aside. Then you pivot to private reflection. And the result of this whole shift? A really nice sense of calm and emotional stability.
And this is the real psychological payoff here. Your emotional state isn't on some roller coaster that's dictated by how many people remembered your birthday. You stay balanced, you stay stable, because your sense of self-worth simply isn't up for debate.
When you really get down to it, it all comes down to where you keep your scorecard. Is it held by the people around you, or is it something you hold inside yourself? And this quote just absolutely nails it. You don't need a special day to feel valued. Your worth comes from within. It's a constant, not a special event.
So, the next time you meet someone who seems indifferent about their birthday, don't just assume they're unhappy. You might be looking at a sign of a deeply self-aware, confident, and independent mind at work. Honestly, it's a strength, not a weakness.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What if the real goal isn't to celebrate just one day, but to build a self that's worth celebrating every day? Kind of puts it in perspective, right? If you enjoyed this explainer, make sure you subscribe for more. Thanks for tuning in.